We're on the way. I don't know what. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, Facebook family, Facebook friends. Welcome to everyone who is watching us right now live, or everyone who is watching in replay. I want to ask you from the very beginning, just share, like, comment, put your questions down and put your comments down. We'll come back to you. My name is Galia Akimova, your well-being concierge, and my special guest tonight is Robert J.More, who is from Canada, now straight online, and he been my guest in the past. He agreed to be my guest once again because he has a lot to share with us. So I wanted to greet Robert. Robert, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I just want to say a few words and then I will roll the ball to Robert. So who is Robert J.More? Firstly, you heard he's Canadian. He's entrepreneur. He's a father. He has lovely wife and child, just turned 1 year old. It's growing up and the business field also. So he's a publisher. He has his publishing company. He also publishing a magazine. Also, I will relay the magazine later on with the latest creation of Robert. So he's award-winning author 4 times. He's a award-winning business coach. He's a life coach. He is a counselor. He is a, let me see if I'm not missing something. He created recently, and he is the CEO of the Magnetic Entrepreneur, and the magazine it's linked with this. The books he is writing one after the other. It's about the Magnetic Entrepreneur. So that's why he is my special guest today. Also, he has forthcoming events. He's going to speak about this. Robert, the microphone is yours.
You know, that's not a bad introduction. That's not a bad introduction at all.
You shared a much bigger list with me earlier today.
So, there is more to it. There's more to it. I will simply explain it for sure. I've helped over 120,000 people in the last 13 years, estimated. And the reason why I've done that is because I have a magazine coming out. Magnetic Entrepreneur is not just one thing. It's not just a title. I'm Robert J.More, 4-time international best-selling author, yes. But what I do is I help people build their legacy. The people I help today are CEOs and entrepreneurs. So I have a mastermind, right? Once a year, I'll do a mastermind, and it helps them build the resistance, get through that, and then look at the scarcity, get through that, and build their legacy. And that's powerful because so many people get to the point where they're not making any more money. They're just stuck. They're not enjoying what they're doing anymore because they're stuck. And that's when we need to
when we speak about people in the in the big businesses, but it is pretty much the same. We have the same issues in our personal lives also. When the scarcity is there.
I used to deal with a lot of people. I'll get to that in a little bit. When I used to deal with people that were just a life coach style stuff as a business coach. There's a whole different world there, to be honest with you. I like dealing with the business stuff right now because I know people are serious about their businesses. And if they're not, I can walk away and it's no harm to me, right? So it's a lot easier. But Magnetic Entrepreneurs, a book series, I get people to write chapters of my books. There's 2 of them right here.
Yes.
These books, like you'll see on these books, I get celebrities. I'll tell you all the celebrities I have. But what I do is I get people to write a 2,000-word chapter in the book. And I always have a celebrity put his name on the front cover. So basically on this one here, it's endorsed by Don Green, the CEO of Napoleon Hill. And it's also have a forward by Raymond Aaron, Raymond Aaron, New York Times best-selling author, right? And
he's your friend also.
What's that?
He's your friend also.
He's a personal friend, yes. I've been on stage with him many times. I'll get to that in a bit too. And this one here, another friend of mine, I'll say, Les Brown, endorsed.
Yes.
And on the front is another friend of mine, Tony J. Salimi.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Here you go, without the logos.
Yeah, so he put it all flat. Magnetic Entrepreneur.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Magnetic Entrepreneur is incorporated now. I incorporated it and trademarked it. So I'm doing trademark. It takes 18 months to do the trademark. Not a problem. As long as you have the paperwork and everything in, you're okay. You're allowed to use the trademark name. Now, not only is it a magazine, not only is it a book, I do speaking engagements. I speak things. I go to corporations, I speak, or I help people out, or I help out with the award ceremony, which is coming up, the award ceremony. But I also have a podcast too. Anybody gets in my book has a chance to get into the podcast. It builds up their legacy. And let's see what happens is when you're in the book, you get to put a bio in there. The bio at the end of your chapter, and it allows people 39,000 different distribution centers to actually become noticeable through that, all them people. So you become noticeable through all those people because you have your email address, your website, and everything in there in your bio.
So okay. As the Raymond Aaron says, you are branded. If you don't have the book,
you are branded. Now the thing is, I want to tell you all the people that I have today going in the book. These are people that wrote forwards for me, and I'm honored. And you're going to find out why I'm honored because I'm going to talk. You're going to get me to talk about my past. We've already just talked about that, but I want to talk to you right now. Just who's in the book, who's in these books, who's empowered me to brand me up, so I can help brand you guys up that are out there. Tony J. Salimi is the world leading authorities in human behavior. I have Raymond Aaron, New York Times best-selling author. He was actually top 10 New York Times, so that's really amazing. Rydick Bowe, two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Don Green, CEO, Napoleon Hill Foundation. Todd Stoudemire, 1992-93. He was a pitcher for the Blue Jays of the World Series. He's got 3 different World Series under his belt. Tim Burt, CBS radio advertising coach, speaker, author, and he's produced over 30,000 different commercials and ads worldwide. And I have Les Brown's daughter, Serena Brown Travis. I also have Steve Seabolt. He's featured in Today's Show, Good Morning Show, America, BBC. He's been dozens of other television, radio, newspapers, magazines from around the globe. I also got James McNeil, best-selling author, founder of Verto Keto and Pure Spiritual Intelligence. I also have Unstoppable Tracy, international speaker, international bestseller, #1 global female transformational leader out of 170 countries, and been featured in Oprah Winfrey's magazine, Quest for Gold Athlete. And Sharon Letcher has agreed to do one. Co-founder of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Bob Proctor, Ben Gay, #1 closer in the world, Ben Gay III, pardon me, and Dr. John Martini.
That was wow. Really great list.
These are people that I basically talk to on a regular basis. So that's the fun part of this. When you're in the kind of position I'm in, you build up. I also have Kyle Wilson, who was Jim Rohn's partner for 18 years. I talk to all the time, and he's willing to do one too. So, wow, it's from where I come from to where I am today. What a difference. The award ceremony. I know you were going to ask about the award ceremony you asked me about earlier. The award ceremony is I'm giving out, you're going to see this, 40 different awards.
Wow. This is Magnetic Entrepreneur Awards 2019. And this one, it's coming the 1st and the 2nd of June. Yes. Am I correct?
Yes. 1st and 2nd of June. I just ordered 50 of these.
And this is Oscars. This is Canadian Oscar.
This is the first in Canadian history to ever be done. So I got possibly the mayor of Mississauga, which is Toronto, coming down to help. Like, you know, they do the ribbon. They're going to help basically do the ribbon thing, but instead of doing the ribbon, I might just get a ribbon for on there, to be honest with you. I might, yeah. Why not? Get a red ribbon just for the fun of it, cut it right.
And all the scissors to cut the ribbon.
So, you know, not only am I doing that, right? I'm handing out 40 different awards, but I'm giving people, like I refused any awards that were coming to me. when it was a nomination time, all these people were nominating me. I refused. I took them out. I said, I don't want none, guys. It's not about me. It's about me hosting it to allow you guys to get out of your problems, out of your situation, network with 300 different people in the area. And I wanted to get the best of the best of the best to be on there, on that stage. And that's what I got. Whew.
I'll give you a little break, and I'm going to ask you a question, because what you have achieved, as you mentioned earlier, that for 14 years you've been building up to reach the point where you are now. But the life never been, has not been the same at the very, very beginning. And what I remember, because there will be many people, there will be some people who know your story, but there will be some people who never heard your story before. So can you share with us a little bit what, you started as a street boy, you were sleeping on the streets, and then here you are, achieved.
Well, you know what? I was actually 16 years in and out of jail.
Wow.
16 years in and out of jail. I did 7 years living on the streets. And now when I talk about living on the streets, I don't talk
years, Robert. You look so young,
47 next month.
Wow.
But the thing is, when you think of it, right, I don't look at myself that way, but it was a lesson to be learned, obviously, because I'm bringing all that today. And what I did was I went and got myself education. I figured, okay, in my mind, I got to get the best job possible. And I wasn't thinking about being an entrepreneur at all. I was not thinking about being an entrepreneur whatsoever. I was just thinking, how can I get out of the mess I'm in? So I started going to get to school. I went and got my grade 12. Right after my grade 12, I got social service worker diploma. I got my dictions degree, my BA in psychology, my master's in counseling psychology, my harm reduction, and mental health crisis. And I figured, okay, well, that's really going to help me out. Well, for the first 8 to 10 years of doing all this stuff, I was actually a counselor. I was a registered therapist. And as you know, you met me and I was doing all that.
Yes.
And I was doing therapy work.
We know each other.
The problem is with that, I wasn't challenged enough. I felt in my soul, there's something more. So when I started, like in the last 10 years, in the last decade, I've studied 45 of the top achievers in the world. 45 of them. And I mean, when I studied them, I bought into their programs. I sat and talked to them. Those that are alive anyways, the other ones I can only buy their programs, read about them, or talk about them in such a different way. But when you look at other people's stuff that they're doing and how they built themselves up, nobody's any different from anybody else. All human beings, we just learned a different way of dealing with things. Sometimes it's the wording that we're talking. Maybe it's the wording. If I'm sitting there cussing and swearing, nobody's going to want to be listening to this. If I'm being respectful, and that's the only reason why I'll go live with certain people like yourself or other people, because I don't want to hear negativity. I don't want to hear negativity. I want to be on with positive people that are respectful, that are going places. So I used to deal with a lot of people that used to deal with drugs and alcohol, because I was a drug addict, alcoholic for many years. I'm almost 14 years clean and sober this coming up September.
Wow, congratulations.
And you congratulate me in September, actually, when I'm there.
I will.
I'll be doing that event down there in the UK. Plus, I got one in Columbus, Ohio, coming up in July, and the one in June in Mississauga, Toronto area. So,
and then you're coming to
traveling. I'm going to start traveling, bringing my family with me, right? So, my wife could be there to help out. If I need the help for things. Plus, the little guy gets him around to see things, and plus, we get to enjoy ourselves as a vacation. You get to have a vacation at the same time as work.
Absolutely, but you came over last year in October, did you? Did you come last year in October?
I was in October, and then I was there in 2017. I was there in 2017 when I won the Author of the Year award. And I spoke on stage a couple times. See, I also do masterminds, though, right, with CEOs and entrepreneurs. And because I have the millionaire mindset, I bring people to a whole different level. Yeah. An entirely new level that people see. The thing is, when I was going through my coaching sessions with other people, I'm going to say about my struggles. I got complacent many times. I became, like, oh, I don't need this coach anymore because I'm better than this now, or I've done this already, and I feel like I've already been on this stage, I've been on that stage. Things are looking up for me. All of a sudden, the one problem is I wasn't getting ahead, or it was just happening for that time, but it wasn't moving forward. And why wasn't this moving forward? Well, because I didn't finish my coaching sessions. They didn't tell me how to move forward. They just told me that things are going to start moving. So we get complacent and we think, oh, wow, this is happening. This is cool. I don't need you now. So then they start backfiring and get negative towards that coach, like I was. So I got negative towards my coach and thought I didn't need him anymore. And then I started fighting back because I became angry and I tried avoiding it. And it wasn't a very good thing. So my advice, if anybody else is in that predicament.
I was going to ask you this question, actually, because I felt before we start our conversation tonight that there might be people who really need to hear this, because I recently came across to quite few, some clients and other friends who they believe they're clever enough, they can fix any situation or themselves they're facing, but actually it's not the same. Why do we need coaches? And why you work in the inner healing also? I work on the inner healing. And for me, this is number one to start from.
Well, I was an emotional specialist for 13 years, right? That's why I studied emotions and behavior. But the thing is, when you look at a coach, or you look at somebody else, they're actually there to empower you to get over the resistance, get over the scarcity, to get over the things that we aren't prepared for, or that stop us from moving forward. Like fear alone, F everything and run. Most people do. They run. They forget it. I'm not doing it. But you're stopping. You're stopping 10 minutes before the miracle happens when that does. So say if I'm digging a trench and I'm this far away from getting there, but I get tired and say, okay, I'm not doing it. And then if I only went that distance, I would be there. To be where I'm at today, I had to go through a lot of different things. I had to face some different things I did not want to face. You know what I mean? And it never meant anything to the person I was talking to get it out of my system. It only meant something to me because I made it personal to myself. So I let my emotions destroyed my intelligence because I let them overrule me.
And that's what is happening. And how to learn actually to ride our emotions, then other way around, they to ride us, because then we'll be crushed in the cliffs very so often in life. And this is happening. This happened to me. This happened to you. Happened to many others. But many people
want to achieve.
Yeah, many people, they have the intelligence to understand this, to see it, but still not have the gut actually to step forward, to turn to the professional to help them. That this is what I am facing, or I face.
Well, they want to be humble, but at the same time, they want to be the expert, right?
I think it's more than control, because it is when we're in control, you know that we're riding, we are on the ride, because we get the control. And I think that's probably.
I'll tell you a little something. Here's something that is perfect. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but this is the perfect time for this. When we're starting to struggle, we're starting to feel that fear, we're starting to feel that hatred inside that, like we don't want to face it. It's growth. Keep going through it. It's growth. It will help you become stronger, stronger, and stronger to be on the other side where you want to be. Listen, here's how I work things. I'll look at myself 10 years in advance, okay? And I'll look at myself 10 years behind. What I tell the person behind makes me today. Right?
How many years took you to get to the level where you are now?
I'm almost 14 years now to be where I'm at. Right? I grew quite fast. I'm in magazines all over the world. My books are out global. The things I do are very global. I travel all the time. I was in London, England, October, and in 2017, we were in Paris afterwards, myself and my wife. And we enjoy ourselves. It's like a vacation at the same time working.
Yeah.
And really, to me, it's not work. I'm doing something I enjoy doing. But, they tell me I do it. They tell me I do about 90 hours a week, but how bad? Hey, you want something bad enough, you got to grind for it. And the thing is with me, I like to make sure I go through all the flaws first in my business before I hire someone to do that part of my business. You know what I mean? So I understand exactly what's going on with the magazine. I understand exactly what's going on with the podcasting. I understand what everything's going on with the award ceremony. Like this is the first one I'm doing this year. So next year I can actually hire someone and say, listen, put this together for me. And I already know the flaws and everything and the costs and everything that I need to do for it because I've done it myself. So I learned how to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's not stressful. It is. I'm not going to say it's cheap either because it's not.
It is an investment.
The thing is, it's well worth it at the end to force yourself through it and be on the other side. It's a lot cleaner on the other side.
It's amazing journey. It's amazing journey, you had in your life, and that's how we are proud by the end. Once when we recognize how much God gave us as a gifts and talents, and we see our mission, a vision we have, but our mission in life, and just to tap on and to take step forward and to move forward faster, and we do when we started to see the results.
I'll tell you something funny here. My wife gave me this thing here. She wanted me to start drinking water, right? And water at that time was juice and everything. So I said, yeah, no problem. I didn't realize until 3-4 days ago what it said. 3-4 days ago. I think I've had this for a couple months. If you look on it, I don't know if you can see that.
Yes.
Hustle. I didn't realize what it said. I didn't pay attention. I just said, okay, well, there's a lot in there. Let's go for it.
We can invite your wife to join us.
Well, she won't. She just
working in and out. Okay.
She's not one for the media. Not one for. She's a low key in the business.
So, because the time is really coming very close to finishing, so two questions. I want you to tell us a little bit more about to invite people firstly to the event on the 1st and the 2nd of June, because it's not much time left. I forgot to ask you earlier for the link, but if you do send me the link, I'll put the link below afterwards. Please, everyone who's watching us right now or later on replay, please put your comments down, put your questions. Robert will come back to you later, or you can approach me, I'll forward to him. So you're going to invite everyone to come to Canada, everyone who is listening and watching us, but also to give us a little bit more in advance information, what is happening or what is going to happen in September in London.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach people how to actually get a book in their hand, actually write the book, how to prepare the book, how to put it together, how to market the book, how to make credibility out of the book, how to become at my level. And you guys can do it easily in 3-4 months. Easily. So
it's about book writing.
Pardon me?
It's about the book writing.
Well, it's about, you want to learn all aspects of the book, not just about the book writing. I could teach you how to tell your story at the same time, because I've studied so many different people. I know how to tell my story very well, right? But I want to teach people how to get this book out of their mind on paper, right, on the computer or the paper, and basically how to make it credible that it will stand out. Now, see, the concept of people thinking in their mind, oh, a book's going to make me a millionaire. If you do it right, yes. But if you think you're just going to be a millionaire for just having a book out, no. There's different strategies that you have to use.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of my good friends, I'm doing an event with, I do quite a few events with, is the big dreamer, Greg Walker.
Yeah, Greg Walker. Yeah.
He's Les Brown's best buddy.
Yes.
So him and I, we talk together and we talk about different things we're going to do.
He's a great guy. Yeah.
He's actually doing a mastermind after my event. So he might just somehow slide in and do the event too, say hi to me. You never know. It's hard to say. He's unpredictable at times when he does things. But I call him up this is the guy I can call at 2 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, listen, you know what? Let's talk about this. I'm struggling. And he's there. We don't ask nothing from each other, just we're there for each other.
But this guy, he sleeps just a few hours. How he survives, I don't know.
I only get 4 hours sleep a night myself, I think.
Oh my God, no.
Now, the event, let me just tell you who's coming to the event.
Please.
I've said I want to make it very memorable. I don't want to waste time with this. I want everybody to come and enjoy themselves. Not only am I handing out the awards, but there's going to be people there that are top in the world. For instance, the first day I'm just having the business attire. Everybody just dressed nice and everything else. The second day is a red carpet event, so you have to dress up, black tie. Okay, some of the speakers I have sporadically through the days are Armin Morin, one of the top strategists in the world for marketing. He'll show you online marketing and show you how to do it. He went from $1.83 to $200 million in sales. And that's his sales, his profit. Like, whoa. Unstoppable Tracy, she's been in Oprah magazine, shared her story on Quest for Gold, World Cup sailor, she's been a TEDx speaker, honorable Armenian. She's done everything, man. She travels the world speaking. She's a 4-way amputee and nothing stops her. She's climbed Mount Everest, for crying out loud. Chef Gordon, Jagger Gordon, a good buddy of mine at Toronto. He feeds all the homeless people in Toronto. Plus, he's been on TV shows. He's been on the award ceremonies. He's been on Miss Universe, a judge for Miss Universe before. He's been on Marilyn Dennis' show here in Toronto, the TV show, radio show, newspapers, magazines, and he still helps out.
Mega stars, so far, mega stars.
Yeah, and then you got Bruce Serbin, 7-time media champion out of Florida. This guy here blew my mind, man. We started working together, and one thing I'll tell you right now, he says, I never been an international bestseller. He goes, what's the trick? And I said, the trick is you write a chapter, pay the fee to get in my book, and I'll show you how it's done. And today he's an international bestseller. It blows his mind. He can't figure it out. He's 7-time media champion and couldn't figure it out. I showed him. Hey, Serena Brown, Travis, wow. Les Brown's. Now, CEO of Les Brown Global.
Wow.
Al Blaze, he's coming too to speak on stage. So he's the CEO. And then you got Tim Burt. He's done over 30,000 different commercials worldwide. He's impacted the lives to show people how to do their advertising. Is it the advertising that gets them? Is it what is it that gets them? Is it the wording on the advertising? Is the way they're doing it? He shows people the right way to do things.
I met him in London last year.
The way he's done things, it's profitable of over $50 million profit.
He's a great broadcaster.
Sam Hassan, he's an international bestseller. He's a co-author of my book, Magnetic Entrepreneur, and VIP and Magnetic Entrepreneur Inc. He teaches people about their websites, what's wrong with it, what's working for you, what's not working for you. These are people that are experts in their own field, at top in the world of their own stuff. Yes. Another guy. Now I said, you know what? I need some entertainment because that's a lot of serious stuff. So each day I broke up. This one guy is going to get up there twice. Each day he's going to get up there on each day. His name is Danny Z. The reason why they call him that is because he's a hypnosis. He's a magician. He does all these phenomenal things. He's been on Chris Angels. He's been on the Dragon's Den, right? He's been all these different things. He's done over 4,000 different shows and never been late for one. He's always showed up. And the guy's going to show you the difference in the mind, the subconsciousness, and how the hands can trick you. Because he's going to do some magic. He's going to do some stuff right then and there that's going to blow your mind. And I have another person I haven't listed yet. They deal with mental stability, mental health. What happened is her husband was a police officer for many, many years, right? RCMP, I believe it was. And he got PTSD. So she stuck with him, but she went through living hell to go through that. So at the same time, you're looking at a wife they're both diminishing in their own way, right? They're both going down, diminishing, but they both brought themselves up. Now they work together as a team, and then they have a program out there to teach you how to deal with this stuff. I just asked her today to be on stage, and she said, "Whoa."
It's incredible. It's incredible.
I want to mention my sponsors: Lifestyle Management, Business Consulting Management, eWeb Marketing Pro, Digital Marketing, Allure Photo Studios, Scarlet Lens Production, which is being taped. The whole thing's being taped, and Robert J.More, which is myself. I'm sponsoring it myself, international speaker, best-selling author. But listen, the whole thing's being taped, but on the first day, I'm having 11 people get up there and do 5 minutes on stage. It's going to be a contest. The winner will get a nice looking award like I have there. Nice looking award. So the winner gets this and gets a chapter of one of my upcoming books.
Great.
The value of the book alone, all right, the price has gone up because I got so many different celebrities involved in it, is $4,500 just to get in the book, right? So the value of having an award and being an award speaker, right? When you become, the credible part is that. So if I hand someone an award and say, look, you won this in good faith, you get looked at differently. Now you get branded, right? As Raymond Ayer would say, you get branded now.
It is increasing the credibility, and
That's
it is,
right.
yes. And it really make you feel different. I myself received 2 awards, but I do remember the first awards from my first business when I received after 14 years. That was really, you understand you're being recognized and you're being accepted, and this is what makes the differences. Before we finished,
have you ever refused an award?
I've been no.
Oh.
I've been given
No, what I'm saying is, have you ever refused one? Check this out.
Oh yeah.
Not often you'll hear people refuse one. I've won Lieutenant Governor's Community Volunteer Award for Students. I won numerous amounts of awards. And I got numerous amounts of award certificates. I got the actual awards and everything else. I won and I've been awarded the honorary doctorate degree, but I refused it.
Who did you give to? If you have refused, who did you give to?
I'm not going to say that, but someone that was more deserving. I thought, I don't need it. I want it in my heart. I want it.
Yeah, you want the recognition. You want the recognition. I do understand. Yeah. And this is what actually our mind. It is for our. Well, it is for us, and to feel that you're recognized.
Make you feel achieved, that you achieved something.
Yes, and it is for the confidence also, not just for the ego, but for the confidence, just confirmation and this affirmation. But I wanted, before we finished, because everybody, you're working to leave the legacy, and always our eyes are open towards the youngest and the one who been really on the crossroads. They still don't know what to do. Why they should choose, for example, to be or to try to be entrepreneur. And this is what motivated me to start the show, because the entrepreneurium, it is around existed even from the past century, but mostly we're speaking more the last 20 years. It is more, even the government and all this, I can say the big family of the self-development team.
I want to talk about the government. I was actually, he endorsed me, eh?
Who endorsed you?
He endorsed me. The government, right now.
Really?
Right? Not Bush, the government right now. Trump.
Wow.
I got a thing right here beside me. He sent me a plaque with his face on it, sitting there saying magnetic entrepreneur. He loves what I'm doing.
Great.
Right? Everybody should have a part of the magnetic entrepreneur. He thinks it's a great.
Congratulations. Congratulations. But what is your message to the younger people and the one who are finishing secondary school or the university?
Well, there's a difference. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. Working for other people is not easy. But here's the thing. If you really want to be an entrepreneur, All right. I'd be biased and grateful if I would have said, you know, go out and get all my programs. They're the best. You know, I'd be biased if I said that. Go with what you believe in. Mm-hmm. This person over here, Tony Robbins, this person over here, Jim Rohn, this person over here, whoever sparks your eye and gets your juices flowing, right? You want to find out what they're about. So you want to do a mind map. Here's you, here's them. You want to find out how long have they been doing it? Where do they do it? How do they make their money? Are they residual income? How do you relate to them? And what style are they using? All right. Mm-hmm. Now you want to look at the differences in how you do things differently and how you're like them. What kind of stuff do you want to do? It's called mind map. When you mind map that, you're building your legacy. You're building your legacy, but don't only do one person. I would say pick 10 different people, because then you're picking nuggets of different people. Don't become that person. Become you. Yeah. So many people go to Eric Thomas. I was coached by Eric Thomas for 6 months. It was one of the famous guys in the world, right? 6 months I was dealing with him. And too many people were just like him, right? Too many people just like him. Les Brown.
He's the person, yes.
I was coached by Les Brown too. Too many people are just like him, right? I was coached by the CEO of Napoleon Hill. Too many people are like him. Be you. Take nuggets from these people, guys. Yeah. Take nuggets. Ed McGrath, the same thing, right? I was coached by him too. These are not small people. Yeah. People in the world I was coached by to be at the level I am today. I didn't have the money to start with. All right. I did not have the money to start with. But I'll tell you something. When I put it out there and stopped worrying about that money and stopped worrying how am I going to pay my bills and stop worrying about the money and start giving back, is when I started seeing large numbers coming in. Making $50,000 in a month is easy.
Yeah. Easy. So your message is tap on your gifts and talents and just find the best coach in the world who resonates.
Don't sponsor yourself, though. Don't sponsor yourself. Okay, look at the back at anything. It's called ism. I sponsor me. The person that got you there in the first place doesn't have a clue how we got there. If you want to go further, you're hitting the top and right there. You want to go further, and now you can't figure out how to get climb. Don't just look on the internet or read people's stuff to do it. Physically get the interaction. There's a difference. I could read this book all day long. It's not going to help me do anything. A coach is going to call me on my shit. A coach is going to call me and tell me the right way to do it. A coach, if you get the right one, don't pick someone you're good friends with either. Because half the time they say, oh, it's okay to have a slip. It's okay to do this and that. You'll never get ahead. When people work with me, I'm brutally honest. I tell them straight up forward, look, yeah, I was a behavioral therapist for many years and I always will be. But your business means more to me than your emotions right now. So I have to tell you straight up forward what's wrong and what's up. So later on, we could deal with your emotion if you're feeling hatred or if you're feeling like you're hurt or whatever. Right now, you got to deal with your business.
Thank you so much, Robert. It's a real honor and great pleasure to see you, to talk to you, and to share your knowledge and what is happening, all the achievements in your life. It's always a pleasure. So thank you. I look very much forward. I wouldn't be able to come to Canada as much as I want, but I really wish you great success with your new event, with your new venture, and also the event forthcoming in UK, in London. And I very much look forward to seeing you in London at that time, because I missed you last year. So wishing all the best and one great show. We really very much look forward to hear more about this and after the event also. And please, I will appreciate if you send me the link, or I'll go and find the link and to place the link, and I will forward the video to you.
I'll send that to you right away. And not only that, I'll say, when I come out there, I'm likely going to look for some top speakers that are in their field. They could discuss with me later on what's, if someone wants to get a hold of me, it's Robert J.More on Facebook or Magnetic Entrepreneur Inc. on Facebook. So, I mean, you can't miss it. Or LinkedIn, you look on LinkedIn, I'm on there too. I am looking for two speakers that are at top of their game out there at what they do. And if they relate and we correlate together, we could talk some business and get them on stage.
This is for Canada or the.
No, when I come out there, oh, Canada, I'm covered. I'm covered in Canada. I got lots.
Oh, this is London.
Yeah, for London, England. I got some people in Ohio already speaking too. So.
It's amazing. Okay, I'll keep an eye and keep in my mind also. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who is watching. Please like and share, put your comments down, your questions also. Robert J.More and Galea Akimova, your well-being concierge. Stay tuned tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK time. I'm going to have another incredible lady, entrepreneur, who was born in Serbia and who is pretty much international as Robert is. Her name is, well, shall I reveal? I'm going to put a little bit later, but we're going to speak about the well-being. So as I'm on well-being field, so well-being tomorrow, 5 p.m. Robert, thank you once again.
Cheers, everyone.
Goodbye. Bye-bye.